watching yet another episode of Inside Karnataka, and in today's episode we're going to talk about the ban on the PFI, the Popular Front of India, an organization of course that has been on the radar of the National Investigative Agency, the Enforcement Directorate, and multiple states of course have had the cops as well probing their activities. But what led to the ban, and what does Karnataka have to do with the ban, and what were their activities in the state? We tell you all this and much more in this special broadcast.
The central government's decision to ban the Popular Front of India was long overdue. The organization acquired national notoriety when its cadre hacked off the hand of Professor T.J. Joseph in 2010 in Kerala for a question he had prepared that the PFI members believed was an insult to Prophet Muhammad. The NIA took over the case and several PFI members were convicted. The activities of the PFI have been comprehensively chronicled, including their alleged targeted killings of RSS workers, links shared with overseas terror outfits, the fact that many of their cadre have gone on to join the ISIS. As the MHA claims, more than 1,300 cases have been filed against PFI and its affiliates. It's an outfit that has its roots in SIMI, or the Students' Islamic Movement of India, with many of its former cadre first forming the National Development Front in the late 90s and then the PFI in 2006. Its growth has been rapid, first cultivating a strong base in Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and eventually spreading its tentacles to other parts of the country. What's interesting is that several of PFI's affiliates have been banned. This includes the Rehab India Foundation, the Campus Front of India, the All India Imams Council, National Confederation of Human Rights Organization, National Women's Front, Junior Front, Empower India Foundation and Rehab Foundation Kerala. The multiple affiliates are an indication of the extent to which the PFI was entrenched, more in some states than the others, but nevertheless presenting a significant threat.
How does the government see it? See, it was a long time demand by the people of this country, by all political parties, including opposition like CPI, CPM and Congress. PFI is a avatar of SIMI, KFD and PFI. They were involved in anti-national activity. Then time had come to ban this organization. And
PFI संगठन जो है, ये जो पॉपुलेशन फ्रंट ऑफ इंडिया, ये जो पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद के नारे लगाते हैं, उनको इस देश में ऐसे नारे लगाने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है। यह गृह विभाग पूरी तरह उनका बंदोबस्त करेगी और केंद्र सरकार ने जो निर्णय लिया है, योग्य निर्णय लिया है।
ये नोटिफिकेशन राज्यों को भी अधिकारिता देता है। राज्यों में इसकी कार्रवाई करनी है। इसकी कार्रवाई महाराष्ट्र में भी हम लोग करेंगे, क्योंकि लगातार पिछले कई सालों से इस संदर्भ में सारे एविडेंसेस जमा किए जा रहे हैं। इनकी एक्टिविटीज पर नजर रखी जा रही है।
पीएफआई राष्ट्रद्रोही, संविधान विरोधी, मानवता विरोधी, हिंसा का संगठन है। उस पर प्रतिबंध लगाना यह एक बहुत बड़ी मांग थी जो पूरी की। आरएसएस पर बैन करना, उसको पीएफआई से जोड़ना, यह पूर्णतया असंवैधानिक है।
The MHA notification that banned the PFI said, and I quote, "The above associates or affiliates of fronts have a hub and spoke relationship with the PFI, acting as the hub and utilizing the mass outreach and fundraising capacity of its associates or affiliates of fronts for strengthening its capability for unlawful activities, and these associates or affiliates of fronts function as routes and capillaries through which the PFI is fed and strengthened." Stop quote. Many terror organizations also use charity as a ruse to conceal their true intent. The Lashkar-e-Toiba that operates out of Pakistan is one such example. The PFI, it appears, was following a similar pattern here. Here's what the MHA notification states, and I quote, "The PFI and its associates or affiliates or fronts operate openly as socio-economic, educational and political organization, but they have been pursuing a secret agenda to radicalize a particular section of the society, working towards undermining the concept of democracy and showing sheer disrespect towards the constitutional authority and constitutional setup of the country. Stop quote. The PFI's sources of funding have also been under the scrutiny of central agencies, with the Income Tax Department cancelling the registration of both the PFI and its affiliate, the Rehab India Foundation. Moreover, many transactions of the PFI have been under the radar of the Enforcement Directorate as well.
This is a right and timely decision by the central government, MHI. Very unfortunate thing is that the banned organization, Rehab Foundation, there is one Rehab Foundation which is funding for this terrorism in India, foreign funds. That organization, in the LDF ministry itself, there is one party is affiliated with the Rehab Foundation. Here in Kerala, both LDF and UDF is supporting the PFI, and they are against, in a way, they are against the ban of PFI.
The list of victims of the PFI tragically is a long one. Targeted killings has been an alleged modus operandi of the organization. Most of these have been committed in the states of Kerala and Karnataka.
ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಿದೆ ನನಗೆ. ನಾನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋದಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷದ ಸುದ್ದಿ. ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಊರ್ಜಿತವಾಗಿ ಉಳಿಬೇಕಿದು. ಇದನ್ನು ಬರೀ 5 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಬಾರದು. ಇದು ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಈ ಬ್ಯಾನ್. ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬೇಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅದು ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮಾಡಿದ FIR ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು NIA ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆ NIA ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನನ್ನು ಕೊಂದವರಿಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನನಗೊಂದು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಒದಗಿಸಿಕೊಡಬೇಕು.
ಅವರು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಟೆರರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಮೋದಿಗೇನು ಥ್ರೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಡಬೇಕು? ಪೂರ್ತಿ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು.
ಪೂರ್ತಿ ತೆಗೆದು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಅಪೀಲ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್?
ಇದು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಫುಲ್ಲು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ರುದ್ರೇಶ್ ತರ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಯಾರು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ
The PFI has a political wing as well, the Social Democratic Party of India, which hasn't been banned by the MHA. It is a political party that regularly competes in elections, and it is registered under the Election Commission. It remains to be seen if the centre will now send a formal recommendation to the Election Commission to deregister SDPI, and if there is a separate process initiated on that front. It must also be noted here what the Kerala High Court had said about both the PFI and the SDPI in May this year. It said, and I quote, "No doubt SDPI and PFI are extremist organizations indulging in serious acts of violence. All the same, those are not banned organizations." Stop quote. 5 months later, the PFI has been banned.
बायस नहीं है तो देश में ऐसे कई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं जिसके ऊपर तुरंत बैन लगाना बहुत ज़रूरी है, जिनके ऊपर बम ब्लास्ट के आरोप है।
कौन से ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन?
जिनके ऊपर नफरत फैलाने के ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है, नफरत फैलाने के आरोप है। तो ऐसे सभी लोगों के ऊपर RSS के ऊपर पहले बैन लगाना चाहिए.
Of late, if you look at the SDPI, which is the political outfit of the Popular Front of India, has been in a tacit understanding with, the left parties, at least, bringing in no confidence motion in the Iratupeta municipality. There was a lot of issues. So do you think that, the ruling dispensation is also trying to ally in some or the other way with these kind of forces?
അത് ഇവിടെയും അധികാരം നിലനിർത്തുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എല്ലാ രാഷ്ട്രീയ പാർട്ടികളുടെയും അവരുടെ ഒരു നയം, അതാണ് അവരുടെ ആവശ്യം, അതാണ്. അതിന് അവർ ഒരു മാനദണ്ഡങ്ങളും പാലിക്കുന്നില്ല. അത് അധികാരം നിലനിർത്തുക എന്നുള്ള ഒറ്റ ലക്ഷ്യം വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് വർഗീയ പാർട്ടികളുമായിട്ട് ഒരുമിച്ച് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നതിലൊന്നും അവർ വൈമനസ്യം കാണിക്കുന്നില്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മുടെ നാടിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചും ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ആപത്കരമായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു അവസ്ഥ. ഒറ്റപ്പെടുത്തേണ്ടുന്നവരെ ഒറ്റപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതിന് പകരം കൂടെ നിർത്തി വളർത്തുന്ന ഒരു സംഭവം കേരളത്തിൽ രണ്ട് പക്ഷത്തും LDF ആയാലും UDF ആയാലും ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളത് തീവ്രവാദത്തെ വളർത്താൻ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഉതകും എന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ സംശയമില്ല. രണ്ട് പാർട്ടികളും, അതായത് UDF LDF തീവ്രവാദ സമീപനത്തോട് കടുതരമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്രതിഷേധവും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ തടയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് കാര്യമായ നടപടികളൊന്നും കേരളത്തിലെടുത്തിട്ടില്ല എന്നാണ് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നത്.
Now, one of the states in which the PFI has managed to establish a strong presence is Karnataka. So much so that its activities in the state could be one of the key reasons that led to the ban in the first place, including a series of events starting with the brutal murder of a member of the BJP Yuva Morcha, Praveen Nettaru, by backbone assailants allegedly with links to the PFI on the 26th of July this year in Bellare village in the Dakshina Kannada district. It's part of coastal Karnataka that has witnessed communal tension and radical activity for a long time now.
There have been multiple crimes and cases of communal violence in Karnataka where the name of the PFI has emerged. Be it the Rudresh murder case where our RSS worker Rudresh was murdered in Bengaluru, which the NIA of course eventually probed and also became a very important case which eventually led to the ban of the organization for 5 years, or be it the DJ Halli and KJ Halli riots, or even the infamous hijab case, the role of PFI has come to the fore. The BJP time and again has said that this organization has been instrumental in orchestrating several such violent crimes and has therefore recommended their ban as well.
In 2017, an RSS activist, Sharat Madiwala, had been murdered in Mangaluru district, as was Rudresh, also belonging to the RSS, in the state capital of Bengaluru in 2016. Here's what the NIA charge sheet filed in the case of Rudresh's murder states, and I quote, "The killing of RSS workers would immediately strike terror in a section of people and prevent many of them from joining the organization. Investigation has disclosed that the indoctrination of the members was done in order to make them believe that they were doing their act as part of fulfilling the objective of establishing Islam and jihad by killing a kafir, that is, member of the RSS who is an idol worshipper," stop quote. There was considerable anger and resentment against this spate of killings among BJP and RSS cadre on the ground in Karnataka, particularly following the death of Praveen Nettaru earlier this year, with some even threatening to leave the party. The state government had to act.
ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ PFIನ ಸಂಘಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ವಾಗತಾರ್ಹವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ NIA ಮತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರ ಮನೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ದಾಳಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅನೇಕ ಸಾಕ್ಷ್ಯಾಧಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಇಂಥ ಮತಾಂಧ ಶಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳು ದೇಶದ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಯುವಕರನ್ನು ಎತ್ಕಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕೈ ಹಾಕಿತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನು ದೇಶದ ಏಕತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಗ್ರತೆಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಗತಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಿದೆ. ಈ ದೇಶದ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡುವ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ವಾಗತಾರ್ಹ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.
Any organization that is against the idea of India, that's against the constitution of India, and that works against the democratical process of India and is out to destroy the social fabric of India should be banned. And it's been 8 years since the Modi government has come, 3 years since their government has come here. They are spread. This is not an isolated case. PFI is not an isolated case. They are a registered political party in 15 states. They are doing anti-India activities, as said by the Home Ministry. They have been laundering money for a long time now. So what was the IT, ED or the intelligence doing for so long?
Now, Karnataka is one of the 3 states in the country that recommended to the centre to ban the Popular Front of India. As far as the organization is concerned, it has seen exponential growth in Karnataka, especially in the coastal and in the Malnad region. Now, the BJP, while it was in the opposition, has called for a ban, and while it did form the government in Karnataka, has time and again said that they want to ban the organization and eventually made the recommendation to the centre.
Times now has accessed exclusive details about the pernicious nature of the PFI, an organization that the government sources believe has a presence in 16 states with 1.5 lakh members. A key strategy of the PFI, according to a government document that we've managed to access, is to trap political leaders from mainstream parties to give publicity for their organization to cover up their anti-social and anti-national activities, which would lead to misleading of the public by the elected representatives. Stop quote. The MHA notification specifically mentioned 3 states that recommended a ban on the PFI to the centre: Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat as well as Karnataka. They're all ruled by the BJP, but Karnataka's recommendation needs to be emphasized because of the threat of the PFI, which has expanded its wings even further in the state. Political murders apart, the SDPI in Karnataka was participating in local elections and building a vote bank. The student wing of the PFI, the Campus Front of India, was, according to the Karnataka government, actively involved in the pro-hijab protests at pre-university colleges in Mangaluru towards the end of last year and a good part of early this year. Karnataka is also a poll-bound state with elections due next year. The NIA has compiled a detailed dossier on the activities of the PFI and its affiliates, including the Campus Front of India. According to this dossier, some of the women who were at the forefront of the hijab protests had started promoting the hashtag circulated by the Campus Front of India even before the hijab controversy had broken out. The Karnataka High Court had spoken in its order backing the restriction on the wearing of the hijab in classrooms of an unseen hand behind the protests, though without taking the name of the organization. The Karnataka government strongly believed that this was the Campus Front of India. The hashtags concerned and their Twitter posts are from November 2021, 2 months after, according to the dossier, the Campus Front of India had started its membership drive in colleges in Karnataka. So was this a manufactured controversy? There has also been a blame game over who actually created an environment where the PFI was able to flourish in the manner that it did. The BJP has accused the previous Congress government led by Siddaramaiah of withdrawing cases against PFI members. Now, the SDPI in 2018 had even said that it was willing to withdraw its candidates from several seats where the Congress was contesting so that the so-called secular vote does not get split. In Kerala, the SDPI has had informal understandings at the municipal level with competing parties as well.
ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರು ಬೆಕ್ಕಿನ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಆವಾಗಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋಂಗೆ RSS ಯಾರು ಏನೇ ಘಟನೆ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು RSSಗೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ RSS ಹೇಳದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. RSS ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ ಕಾರಣಗಳೇನು? ಅವರು ದೇಶಭಕ್ತಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? ಸಂಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನೆರವಾಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? ಈ ದೇಶದ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಪರಂಪರೆಯನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? ಏನೋ ರಾಜಕೀಯವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ.
The history of Congress is only to they want to be in power. To be in power, they are ready to appease anyone. Particularly, they have the advantage of appeasing Muslims. They want to corner Muslim votes. The vote bank of Muslims is more important than this nation. So they cannot speak. Before that, even Siddaramaiah had and DKC was saying that if you have strength, ban PFI. When we have banned, they would have welcomed it. But so far, they have not given a single statement on that.
Operation Octopus in September this year preceded the ban on the PFI. It comprised 2 rounds of extensive raids in different parts of the country with hundreds of arrests, seizure of voluminous material by central agencies, including the ED and the NIA, and also the state police. Karnataka and Kerala featured prominently in these raids, though the raids in central India as well as Maharashtra, among other areas, showed the extent to which the PFI was growing its presence. This was the build-up before the proscription of the PFI.
देखिए, बैन करने से कोई समस्या हल नहीं होने वाली है. एक पैन लगाएंगे, दूसरा पैदा हो, दूसरा लगाएंगे, तीसरा पैदा. इनके मेन है कि इनके लोगों पे सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई हो, उनको सजा मिले.
PFI एक बहुत बड़ा आतंकवादी दस्ता गिरोह है. अगर हिंदुस्तान में PFI का पैसा आ रहा है तो जानिए आतंकवाद बहुत तेज बढ़ रहा है. और ये मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि PFI के यहाँ बहुत सारे एजेंट और बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो अहले हदीस से जुड़े हैं, देवबंद से जुड़े हैं. अभी बनारस में छानबीन की जाए तो कम से कम 20,000 से ज़्यादा ऊपर लोग मिलेंगे पीएफआई के लोग। और ये पीएफआई को हम यहाँ की हुकूमत से कहना चाहूँगा, हम अपने प्रधानमंत्री जी से कहना चाहूँगा कि इस पे आजीवन बैंड हो।
जो गरीब तबके के लोग हैं उनको बहला फुसला करके कुछ पैसा वैसा दे करके उनको अपने साथ मिला करके उनसे काम करवाते थे, लेकिन अब लोग जागरूक हो गए हैं।
So what happens now? The PFI has decided to dissolve itself and is expected to challenge the ban before a tribunal that will eventually decide whether it holds, based on the evidence provided by the centre as well as the defence put forward by the PFI. There is a tendency on the part of terror outfits to morph into new organizations, as has been seen in Pakistan with both the Lashkar-e-Toiba as well as the Jaish-e-Mohammed. So will that happen with the PFI too? Not all of its cadre have been arrested, so what would be their approach going forward? The agencies will continue to have their task cut out.
Now, while the Popular Front of India as an organization has been banned by the centre, but the Social Democratic Party of India, the political wing of the PFI, has not been banned. Now, while we've asked, the Chief Minister of Karnataka or even several other central leaders as well, now they have said that this is of course a registered political party and the Election Commission will have to really take a decision on this. Now, with the ban on the PFI, we'll really have to see whether eventually the SDPI as well will see trouble coming its way. That's all we have in this episode of Inside Karnataka. Stay tuned to Times Now as we continue to bring you every weekend new episodes and new stories to tell from the state of Karnataka.